Okay, let's give this a try. I'm looking off page 445 in the textbook, and the first thing they ask you to do is get the unadjusted trial balance to balance up. So there you can see it's balanced up. I think only 2 or 3 people got this correct. All you had to do was take the numbers from your ledger in your workbook, which were on pages 429 through 431. The first blank that they give you is allowance for uncollectible accounts. That balance was 4867, so I put that in. Supplies store was 4483.62, and depreciation was 2395. When you entered those numbers in, you should balance. Okay, now you all have access to this Southside electric that I shared with you. I'm just showing you how to get those balanced up. And all you have to do is put them in. Ignore this middle part. This is the adjusted trial balance. Once we're done with the unadjusted trial balance and the journal, and it's all posted, we'll be able to do this. Maybe later in the week, maybe after spring break. And it's kind of hard to tell. This is all new territory for all of us. Okay, so I also put in kind of a mock ledger for you. And I also put in a journal for you. And you can see on page 427, this is what they gave you. Okay, so there's the uncollectible accounts adjustment. And if you're curious, how did we get there? Well, the balance was 4867. We know the adjustment is 3415, so you just plug that in. And if I have a credit and a credit, we should add these two, and then there's your adjustment, or new balance I should say, 3463.67. This is the number we'll use for the adjusted trial balance later. Okay. Merchandise inventory they didn't have you do, but they do have you do the supplies from page 445. Now this is where a lot of people were going wrong. You were putting the balance over on the trial balance. That's incorrect. The trial balance is the balances that are already existing. Then we'll put the new balances over here when we get there. The adjustment for supplies, and insurance are the difference between what you started with and what you ended with. So this is a debit, an asset. These will always be credited because you're consuming the store supplies and you're using insurance. So they'll always be credited. So I put a yellow mark there for you. Okay, so for instance, supplies, office, the balance is 548. So if we plug in 548, how did we get there? Well, here's what we started with. Here's what we ended with. So in this cell, you would subtract these two. So since I'm on sheets, I'll go ahead and do that. 3108 minus 548. When I hit enter, there's our adjustment. So this is the number that comes over here on your journal. Okay. So I'm just going to reference it. So it equals 2560. And debits have to equal credits, right? So I know one person for sure did this incorrectly. These have to balance. Okay, I'm running out of time, but that should do it for you. You do the same thing with supplies, store, and insurance. And I'll show you that in a second video.